Hey guys, so I just ordered a Team G H20T because I was here with my with my drinks too. Yeah, you can drink in front of the convenience store, which is really cool. You see, that's my skateboard that I brought, so I was gonna use it for maybe a month, but it turns out my mom's she's in the hospital right now. So it's kind of serious. I don't know if she's gonna pass away or if she's gonna keep living. So I'm gonna stay another month. If she's stable, then I'll go back. Otherwise, yeah. So that's why I'm here for a lot longer than I'm supposed to be. So I've swapped out my lens here. Put it right here. So I swapped out the 97mm ABEC 11s I had. The only wheels I could order here in South Korea is the larger ones is ABEC 11 Evolved, because Evolved has a dealer here in Korea, so you can buy a Evolved board if you want. I don't actually recommend Evolved boards because they're sort of overpriced for what you can buy. You can buy an own board for much cheaper, half the price or less. It's actually more powerful. But I love their parts. Their parts are pretty good. The wheels, I'm using their trucks actually, Evolved truck. This is pretty much an Evolved board other than the battery and the motor, which is kind of amazing, other than the vest. So Evolved makes pretty good parts, just the complete board is sort of, for today's 2020 prices, is kind of overpriced. And you getting back to the point, I ordered the Team G G20 H20T because I realized the reason why I upgraded these wheels to 7mm is because we got these relatively really nice roads, but then there's a lot of places where they use a lot of these crisscross bricks. I forgot what they're called, and they're sort of like if you're on like 80mm, you're just not gonna want to go on that road. So with the 107s, they feel pretty good. I feel like the ideal wheel here for like daily commutes would be a rubber wheel, something around 100mm. So I was doing research, and Team G, the H20T was the only board that had a rubber wheel that was 103mm or something like that. That was perfect because rubber will really absorb stuff, and also it rains and snows here, so you need a board that can go over snow and stuff, and your thing is just not going to cut it in snow or just freezing weather, because the ground is about to get frozen over here. Of course, if you want to slice and stuff, I mean, you still want your thing, but I'm saying most people in general who want to get a skateboard here, they probably want to get a rubber wheel. It's safer, way more comfortable, and you're going to be able to go over bumps better, everyday practicality. So I ordered it. It's only $649 or something, $699. Oh, that's the only board I could find that had like a 100mm rubber wheel at the lowest cost, and it's also hub only, which could be good because you don't have to worry about belts and stuff. As far as the battery, they have two different batteries, but I ordered the cheaper battery because like on flat, like most of Korea's are really flat because all the roads are made for pedestrians to walk. So even the hills, they cut it down so it's, at most it's like 15% grade. So you don't need that torque. You don't need you don't need a bell driven. Really, you don't really need it. But what you really need is really nice wheels. Preferably 6 inches, but 6 inches gets a little too big, and it gets a little bulky, and the law is a little iffy here. If I drive this thing around, no one will say anything. It's like just a little skateboard. But you start, riding something like huge with like 6-inch wheels, 8-inch pneumatic wheels, and they're gonna be like, that's a car, go on the car road. So they have a law where you can't go on the sidewalks where people walk if you have something like with huge wheels. So that's another cultural thing I have to think about. So I'm thinking that this Team G H20T could work out. That's just, I prefer belts, but here seriously you do not need belts. I mean, I do have a belt and it's great. The reason why I love this belt is because I can get the larger wheel size. But if the Team G H20T works out, it's got really large 103 millimeter rubber wheels, right? That's going to be probably way more comfortable than my urethane. Then it will work out. And I think, you know, the hub motors have plenty of power, so you can go up hills too. So that might be actually something I'm looking into. Maybe I'll, you know, OEM it and maybe change it a little bit to sell it here, import it and sell it here. So I'll have to talk to Team G about it, but I want to test it out. So I ordered one here since I'm going to be here another month, and I'm just, you know, I'm just really riding this board. I love this board, but I need a board that's like, you know, a little bit more comfortable, because I didn't know I was going to be, this was a travel board, but now I ended up being here for almost 2 months now because my mom's sick. So I want to make some videos, and I'm going to do a review of it. Because I'm in a city environment, like an Asian city, where everything is pretty much flat, and you really got to worry about the bumpy roads, and that's one thing people are complaining about. And safety, you know. So I ordered that, and I'll have an unboxing and I'll have a full review here. Girl. But let me know if you guys have any Team G skateboards, or if you have an H20T. Let me know how it compares to your thing if you have the experience. But yeah, I'm gonna go drink some of my Korean liquor because it's completely legal to drink in front, because my dad won't let me drink in the house. So he told me I could drink outside. So I just came out here. All right, have a good day.